What's up YouTube? YGO 2010 here. Today I'm bringing a deck profile on a deck that's coming out in Galactic Overlord called the Hieroglyphs. I thought it was pretty interesting when I saw all their effects activated when they're tributed, and since it's mandatory, you won't miss the timing on it. And another thing that I saw that's pretty cool is that not only do they activate when they tribute from the field, but they also give you the option to tribute from the hand, and that's the first time I've ever actually seen anything that says tribute from your side of the field or your hand. And I think because it gives you that option that it actually doesn't target, even though tributing is a cost. But here it goes. We got 3 GAOV, the Holy Mark Dragon. When he destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the grave, special summon a normal monster, Dragon normal, from the hand, deck, or graveyard, and its attack and defense becomes 0. And when he's tributed, special summon a Holy Mark normal monster from the hand, deck, or grave. And Holy Mark of the Divine Dragons is a level 8 normal, 0 attack, 0 defense. And he's actually the engine of the deck. Like, all the monsters bring him out from hand, deck, or graveyard, and you go into big exceed monsters with him. And he is actually the first monster I think that makes Thunder and Dragon playable. Text message. But and then we got Tefnut, the Holy Mark Dragon. If I have no monsters and my opponent does, I can special summon him. But if I special summon him by that effect, he can't attack. And when he's tributed, special summon a Dragon normal from hand, deck, or grave, and its attack and defense becomes 0. Let's see, next up we got Nephthys, the Holy Mark Dragon. You can special summon him from your hand by tributing 1 Holy Mark monster you control. And his effect, once per turn, you can tribute a Holy Mark monster you control or in your hand, 1 other Holy Mark monster you control or in your hand, to target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. And when this card is tributed, special summon a Dragon normal from hand, deck, or grave, but its attack and defense becomes 0. And, you got Red MD, banish a dragon, special him. Once per turn, I can special a dragon from hand to graveyard except Red MD. And Drag Rad, I don't know when he's coming out in the TCG, but after I read his effect, I had to try him out. When he's normal summoned, I can target a normal monster with 1,000 or less attack in the grave, special summon and face up defense, and then once per turn, I contribute the dragon monster I control to target 1 monster I control. That target becomes level 8 and it gains 800 attack. So it's a lot of stuff that I could actually do with him, and the fact that he makes it a level 8 adds on to it, because if I have another dragon face up already, I can summon him, bring back the Holy Marker, and then tribute himself off and make the other monster level 8 and go into the exceed. Or I could tribute off the other monster that I have and get a second level 8 monster, and then bring out the big guy. So he sets up a lot of extra plays. Then I got Gores, because I don't really sit on the back row too much in this deck. In BLS, I got plenty of lights and darks. Honest, because every monster in the deck is essentially light. And I also have Shu, the Holy Mark Dragon. I can special summon him by tributing a face-up Holy Mark monster I control. And once per turn, I contribute a Holy Mark monster except Shu that I control or in my hand to target 1 spell or trap the opponent controls and destroy it. And when he's tributed, I can special a Dragon normal from my hand, deck, or grave with 1,000 or less attack. And its attack and defense becomes 0. And for the spell lineup, I got Future Fusion for this guy, and then I can just dump these 3 in the grave and some other stuff. And it's deck thinning, because there's really not too much I can do with him in hand. I could bring him out from hand, but I figure I'm losing hand advantage if I do that. Next up is Pot of Avarice. after I use up everything, Powder Average puts them back, and I can just keep bringing them back from hand, deck, or grave. So that's pretty good. Then we got Holy Marker of Gathering, and it's my searcher for the deck. It lets me add one Holy Mark monster from deck to hand, and that's any of these monsters, so it's pretty good. Next up is Holy Mark of Supreme Force, and it lets me special summon a Holy Mark from my hand. So that could just add so much potential plus into the deck, because I won't have to use up my normal summon and just keep swarming out. Then we got Monster Reborn, of course, Dark Hole, triple enemy controller. The reason why I chose one and not the reason why I chose 3 and not 2 or 1 like everybody else is because all of them get their effects when they're tributed, and it's mandatory, so I don't miss the timing on it. And I can, switch monsters to defense, because as the meta, moves forward, I'm starting to notice that defense is not like monsters' strong suits anymore. So a 2000 or 2200 running over running over a monster in defense mode now is very feasible. And then we also got this guy. When he destroys a monster by battle, I can special summon him, so it works out pretty good from what I see. Heavy Storm, double MST, Holy Mark of Obliteration. It's one of the traps. It tributes one Holy Mark monster I control to target an opponent's card and banishes it. So it's actually very, very good, because it doesn't say destroy, it doesn't say send, it just straight up banishes it, and even though Levier is a strong card in the format right now, that just can shut down plays right in the middle. We got Solemn Judgment, Torrential Tribute, and then one of my more favorite cards out of this set is the Holy Mark of Reflections. When an effect monster's effect or spell or trap is activated, tribute a Holy Mark monster I control, negate it, and destroy it. So this is basically, Infernity Barrier for Holy Marks. The only difference between those two is that I can't negate a spell or trap's effect activating. I have to negate the spell or trap activation, but I still can negate an effect monster's effect. So that in and of itself, considering every top deck is an effect deck, just can blow away so much stuff. And it's a counter trap, of course, and people don't really run counter traps to stop anything except Solemn Judgment in an average deck. So the way I see it is, it's always gonna do something to the opponent. It's either gonna get rid of their card, or they're gonna pay half, or if I'm lucky, they're gonna dark bribe me and I'm gonna draw 1. So it seems pretty decent to me. I really like it. And for the extra, we got Adam, the Holy Mark Dragon Emperor. Excuse me. It's 2 level 6 dragons. Once per turn, I can detach and exceed material from this card, special summon a dragon monster from my deck, but its attack and defense becomes 0, and this card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. So if I bring out, let's say, Tefnut and Shu, then I can go into this guy and just bring out any other of these dragons, and they keep their effects. Their attack and defense just becomes 0. So it's pretty good. I haven't actually gone into him yet, but I can see the potential for him. I can see the potential for him there. And this is the guy that I go into almost all the time. And then the Holy Mark Divine Dragon, 2 level 8s. Once per turn, you can detach and exceed material from this card and tribute any number of monsters you control or in your hand, and destroy a number of cards your opponent controls up to the number of monsters you tributed. So let's say I have a hand full of 3 Holy Mark monsters. If I activate his effect, I can get up to 3 of these guys right here and destroy up to 3 of my opponent's cards, because generally I'm gonna go into him by bringing out 2 of these guys, and I can, like, this is like the days of plant synchro, how they went off. Well, I go off exceeding the way they went with synchro in this deck. And Thunder and Dragon, 2 level 8 normal monsters. Once per turn, detach 1 exceed material, and I can destroy all other monsters. And he's 3,000 attack. So he's gonna almost always be a direct hit when I use him. And just 3,000 to the face is just hurtful. Let me see. Next up is Utopia, then Steel Swarm Roach, Gemnite Pearl, and for the rank 5s we got Zemaya. You know, he gets rid of the back row, and these are the level. This is the level 5 right here. I haven't, excuse me, I haven't had a reason to bring out my rank 5s yet. Usually I just go straight to 8 or 4, but you know, the potential for it is there, so I decided to put him in there. And then we got Volcasaurus. I was really sitting down trying to think if I wanted to run Volcasaurus or Adreus. And although Adreus destroys any face-up card, spell, trap, or monster, Volcasaurus, he does that damage that like his effect. He destroys a face-up monster, and they take damage equal to its original attack, but he can't declare direct attack that turn. So if it's their only monster, I can't attack. But if it's their one of 2 or more monsters, and I can still attack one of their face downs or face ups, whichever. As long as they have another monster, I could potentially get rid of 2 monsters. So I sat down. It took me a while, and I decided that Volcasaurus would suit me better in here. Then we got, you know, 5-headed dragon, the future fusion target. And once he comes out, like, if I can get 5-headed out, then I'll bring this guy out and pop the back rows, and then just swarm. And that's 8,000 exact. So, you know, he's devastating once he comes out, because it's not a whole lot of monsters that can get over 5,000 by themselves right now. Then we got, you know, just in case somebody has a tuner, I'll have my monsters, Bionic, Black Rose. And come March 1st, this guy's coming out. I'm probably put another Exceed in for him. But that's the deck, guys. Let me know what you think, and comment, rate, subscribe. YGO out.